You know it's super fly. When Day Bar is opened, hip-hop review, news, plus breaking new artists, pop culture, current events, with an urban view of it. This is all things hip-hop, delivered raw, unpolitically correct, a fan's perspective, putting all artists in check, dope content, current hot by remarkable men. Our thoughts, clearly. Welcome to Audio Theory.
Yo, that shit was dope, right? You liked it? The new intro?
Fire intro. Doing big things here, my friend. What's up, my dude? How are you? Back from a hiatus. I guess we took a week off. So how have things been for you?
Things have been dope. I won't go into the whole Utah trip again, which went well if you watched the last episode, but things have been.
The world know that you missed that trip and you need another trip.
Soon. I need another trip ASAP. I mean, who doesn't? I think like having gone on that trip, I realized that like even with COVID, I can have fun even though I'm not getting on a plane or like doing all sorts of activities, like chilling at an Airbnb and doing staycations, even though Utah's not really a staycation. Doing that sort of thing is underrated in my opinion. Just kind of laying back in a house, chilling. You don't got to worry about anything other than taking advantage of the amenities that you might not have in your own place. I don't have a big ass backyard with deer and a jacuzzi, so that was dope. But these past couple weeks have been wild with just like the fires, and I think there's been like
did any fire those fires, like was the air affected in LA too or not really?
So the air was affected. It wasn't. I know people on Instagram and stuff have been seeing the orange, like
it was like that in LA.
Marvel like background. No, it wasn't like that in LA, but it almost looked gloomy. Like the skies were just very smoky. It was hard to see. There's fucking ashes on your car if you left it parked outside for a certain amount of time. You could smell it. It kind of smelled like a barbecue, but not like the good food that you would. Just this burnt like odd scent in the air. Fortunately, it's kind of cleared up. Like I looked outside and it was actually sunny. I had to do a double take on the weather the other days because I was like, I'm pretty sure the sun should be out because it's fucking like 103 degrees in my room, and I would look outside and it looked like it was about to rain, but it's just all the smoke. It's crazy how winds work because that shit was, the fire is way up in like NorCal, Oregon and stuff, and that shit came all the way down here.
Yeah, dude. So Billy, my boy Billy, who you met a couple times, he was doing a like a hiking trip in like North Cal. Like he lives in San Francisco, but he was going a little bit more north. Bro, he had to cut his trip short because it was like one night he went to bed and the fires were 100 miles away, and I think when he woke up, they were only like 50 to 25 miles away. So he's like, "Oh, time to go home," because like, yo, that shit was bad, bro. Like he showed me some pictures, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck, like. It's like you just took a filter to the world and like orange. You know what I mean? Like that's all you see.
It was wild.
That shit had to be scary, bro.
Yeah. It was.
Salute to everyone who listens to North Cal, that whole region, because like, yo, that shit, like, dude, like it's already the most depressing time in the world, like history, and then let alone like you literally go outside and like your entire world is burning to the ground. Like what the fuck? Granted,
I think this kind of happens every year, or it has been happening.
But I don't think this bad, bro.
Not this bad, not nearly this bad. The whole, if it wasn't for the orange, like cartoon like shit going on, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But I can only imagine what's
having like record climate increases like every summer, so I'm sure like it just also felt like different. But shout out to those fucking idiots that because one of the things that happened was like a fucking gender reveal. I'm like, bro, what are we doing? Like what? This is why America sucks. Like, I'm sorry. Like, this is why we suck.
I heard some wild shit that I don't know if the whole party or like certain individuals, but like they had to pay like $500,000 in damage each or something.
Oh my god. Get every cent of those motherfuckers, bro, because that's terrible.
That's one expensive ass baby. That motherfucker better be like the next LeBron or something.
Yo, facts, bro. Come out with a crossover. Like, oh, oh man, Wires. What about bees, dude? So since our last episode, so the reason why we didn't do last week, it was my last week in New York, New Jersey. Really wanted to make the most of family time. Did that. Actually got a tattoo in between episodes. So that's a butterfly on a cherry blossom. So quick story on that. My mom's favorite insect / animal was a butterfly. She named her company after the transformation of butterfly. So from a caterpillar to a butterfly, it's called chrysalis. So that was like the name of her company.
That's a dope name.
Yeah. I never even knew that thing before her. And then when she passed, I was jogging in New York like around March, and that's like right where the cherry blossoms were blooming, and it kind of brought me peace on like a run that I was actually super depressed on. So it was like, in the midst of death, there's still like new life blooming all around you. So I figured, this would be a cool like, homage to that. So got that done, bro. But I have other tattoos, bro. Like, as you know, I never got a tattoo close to the wrist, bro. That pain was unreal.
Oh yeah, that shit is tender as hell.
I was like, bro, am I a bitch? He's like, nah, man. Like, you have a lot of veins. And like, I was like, all right, cool, bro. Because I was like, everything else was fine, but he got here, and I was like,
I'm sure I felt like he was slitting your wrist, huh?
And he started there. So I was like, this is going to be the worst 3 hours of my life. But luckily, it worked out. So, yeah, dude, been back in Florida since Sunday. Not going to lie, it was like the worst first 24 hours ever coming back to like home. Like, first of all, I didn't know. So to let everyone know this and yourself, if you ever go out of town for more than 4 to 5 weeks, I was gone for exactly 6 weeks, bro. So I forgot to tell the post office this. So I went to my mailbox, assuming I'm gonna have mad mail, gotta pay some bills, whatever. Bro, that shit was empty. And they didn't even leave a note of like, yo, hey, come get your mail. Yeah. So I called the wrong post office place, and they're like, well, if you didn't leave a note, we probably send it all back to sender. And I was like, excuse me? I'm like, that's a problem, because I got shit that's due and I need the bill. So then luckily I called the right post office, and they just were about to send it out the next day. They're like, all right, we still have it. We'll send it back to you, but please next time, sign up for holding your mail. Yeah. But I opened that mailbox and I'm like, oh, this is a problem. But bro, the biggest fuck up, and I don't know if this is God like trying to push me and my ex-girl back together, but bro, this is where I was fearing on the entire flight back. So my house keys were in my apartment, okay? So I took my key back from her because I'm like, we're breaking up. I need to get home somehow. I need my key. Fam, this is my fear. That it'd be the wrong key, and I get to his apartment, and I can't get in. And bro, it was the wrong key.
Oh.
Bro. So I'm like, I'm already like in my feelings. Bro, I just came back to Florida. I'm not with my girl anymore. The last thing I want to do is call this chick, bro. So I call my maintenance guy. When the phone picks up, it's like, for customer service reasons, this call will be recorded for quality assurance, blah, blah, blah. So the first thing I say is like, bro, I'm locked out of my apartment. I know you guys have the key. Please open it for me. And I hear the guy just go, sir, unfortunately, because of property management laws, we're not allowed to go in the apartment unless it's a maintenance emergency. And I'm like, bro,
it is an emergency.
He's like, you being locked out is not an emergency, call locksmith. And I'm like, bro, I'm not paying $300 for a locksmith when I know, like, you can get me. And he's like, dude, I'm sorry, bro, you said on a recorded line, like, I can't help you. I'm like, fuck. So I called my ex-girlfriend, bro. And, like, this is, like, when she came, it was nice, dude. Hug on the, kiss on the cheek, wish you the best, blah, blah, blah. But, bro, that anxiety of, like, having to call her when I'm trying to do everything in my power to avoid that fucking situation, bro, I don't wish that shit on anyone, bro. But luckily, I got in my apartment.
Shit, I'm anxious now.
Fam, like, that was my biggest fear because I just took the closest key I could remember. Like, it never said, like, Daniel's key. So, like, I was like, oh, it's this, it has to be this one. Bro, that shit didn't even get in the fucking, like, I was like
completely off.
Completely off. I was like, damn, I gotta call Sam. So, it's all good.
Well, at least you're alive. I'm
alive. I
seen
made
some
it.
horror stories on that investigative TV channel and motherfuckers turned missing.
So question, what was cool though about my flight, I flew JetBlue. Shout out to JetBlue. They do the whole, so they already have better legroom as everyone knows, but they are like blocking out the middle seat. Bro, this flight was a dream, bro. Like mad space, mad clean. They give you extra wipes to wipe down your whole area. And that was my first time traveling since literally March. So have you taken a plane in the last 6 months?
No. I will be in a month, so I'm going to Montana to visit my girl's friend. But based on like random shit I see on Instagram from people I know, it seems pretty chill because people are still afraid to fly.
Dude, super chill, bro. I went through security and like fucking 3 minutes, and I had like both my laptops. I'm like, this is gonna be forever. It was quick. And bro, the flight was mad chill. Like, yo, they going above and beyond to make sure you feel safe on that flight.
Nice. That's dope to hear.
Yeah, I was a little bit nervous because like the waiting area was packed. I'm like, yo, this is gonna be fucking full. But it was full, but they made sure there was no one ever sitting next to you. So I can't even be mad about that.
Oh, damn. I could live with this shit forever then.
Forever, yo.
That's like I get so happy. Like previously, I would get so happy if I was on a plane and I would just pray the whole time. I had like out to myself, no one sitting next to me.
Like that feeling, bro, that like the opposite of anxious when you're just like so ecstatic with joy is like when the PA announces, all right, the boarding is complete. I'm like, let's go. Let's go.
Wait, but when you say no one next to you, do you mean literally just one seat has to be empty, but they might be one seat over?
Yes, exactly. So
okay.
Like it's so you know how like they have 2 rows, but in those rows they have 3 seats.
Yeah.
So the middle seats, the entire middle seat thing is empty.
Got it.
So yeah, there was like another girl in my aisle, but she was a seat over. So yeah, it's not 6 feet, but like, bro, we're wearing masks the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I felt fine, bro. Like
nice.
I did sneeze once, and I'd even look around, and I was like, bro, like I don't go fuck who's looking at me right now. Like people sneeze on planes. Like, fuck.
Yeah. Or in general. But it is weird. Like now I legit, if I catch myself like in the grocery store or some shit, like wanting to hold it. But then at the same time, I'm like, isn't that the point of a mask? And didn't people get sick before this shit or have allergies or any regular issues?
Dude, we're like in peak allergy season, bro. My allergies were through the roof in New Jersey. I'm like, yo, fuck. Like, yeah, so I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I guess but that stereotype's gonna be there for a while. But yeah, man, that was our last week and a half. So good to be back, though. Definitely missed doing this. Let's get into episode 45. I feel like the appropriate name, and we'll see throughout the episode, is we're gonna go with Keeping Up with Kanye. And our boy, I feel like we both fucking rep Kanye pretty hard. Yeah. But was back with the antics. You want to give people an update on like some of the things he was talking about and doing?
Yeah. So as far as I can tell, today Kanye's been going on a rant, calling out a Forbes magazine editor as a white supremacist. He posted that individual, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, but posted their phone number on Twitter. I think because of that, he ended up having his tweets removed for violating the rules. Right. He posted himself pissing on one of his Grammys. I don't really know where this rant or anger is stemming from necessarily. He asked J. Cole and I think Drake to apologize for some reason.
And then he started talking about how all these record labels are stealing from the artists. Like everyone should go independent. And you know Russ is just somewhere like, I told you, motherfuckers.
Yeah. No, Russ always pops his head in like during these moments of like enlightenment and try to like, he's like the sign language interpreter on the side and shit. Fucking doing all that during like the presidential inauguration and stuff. Yeah. So he tried to translate what Kanye said to a more digestible format, but I don't know. I mean, I definitely don't knock him. Like, I don't think his opinions are inaccurate or wrong. I think his approach is extreme. So people think he's fucking crazy for doing that.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Like, I don't think any of that shit he said was wrong. Again, the J. Cole and Drake thing, it's like, bro, if anything, you fucking owe them an apology because you keep bringing up their names like nonstop, bro. Like calm the fuck down. At some point, they just don't like you. But dude, the pissing on the Grammy shit, I have no issue with. I mean, it comes across a little bit vulgar. Like, it just like, that's nasty, bro. Like, I mean, like, that's just nasty. But like, I mean, Jay-Z drinks out of his fucking Grammy award. I've seen Lil Wayne fucking ash, a cigarette in one. So, I mean, I think that's just like, him starting saying I'm bigger than this. But I mean, literally pissing in it is a little vulgar, bro. But I mean, dude, it's your fucking award. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Dude, I think a lot of people actually been giving him kudos for what he said about the record label stuff, though. Like how these people just own your masters and they own you forever, essentially, and like they're making up costs to keep your money to them. So it's just the approach, bro. But like at some point, it's like I wonder if it should even be used, and I wonder if that's why he keeps doing it. Because bro, if you go, I think the Taylor Swift thing was exactly like 11 years ago. Like bro, he's been doing this. Like this is just what he does. Like so. Shame on us for giving it attention, but like I think he just keeps doing it because, like, well, he knows whatever he says, it's gonna garner some kind of, like, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Because he's legit been doing this same shit forever, like forever.
Also, I feel like the whole commentary on people being slaves to record labels and shit, for me at least, is so tired at this point. I feel like it's common sense. Everyone and their mom has been saying this shit since the beginning of time. Like, don't sign to these labels, be independent, do this, they're evil, white executives, blah blah blah. And I feel like either it falls on deaf ears and rappers just don't, they're like, oh, he's crazy, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, or these rappers just don't know how to do it independently, and they would rather get a check in advance, and because that's like more money than they ever seen in their lives. And then when they get to like the Migos or Kanye level and shit, they're like, oh fuck, like I just realized I made these guys like 100 times as much money, and now I'm fucked because I'm in this shitty deal. And I'm just like, well, that's business. Like, yeah, it is predatory, but
I mean, but it's also like the NBA, bro, like, or sports is like, yeah, like I just paid this guy $500 million, but what does that mean? I only make $1 million off it? Like, bro, like it's a business. So like, what's my return in this massive investment in you? It better be more than my investment. Otherwise it makes no sense for me to do it. So
yeah,
I feel like they forget, like, it's a fucking business. Like, okay, yeah, like you're the talent, but I mean, you did sign that contract, and like to think these companies aren't meant to make more off you than you're making is kind of weird, bro. Like,
yeah,
the idea of it, right? Like, why would any boss pay an employee more than he makes? Like, that makes no sense.
Yeah, and I think they take it more personally because, at least with music, because it's such a personal.
It's so unique.
Art. Yeah, it's so unique. It's so personal. They're accustomed to like doing this shit for the love and for the fun of it. So when it becomes so commercialized and everything, and these record labels own damn near every aspect of it, they freak out and feel like they're being shady. I mean, it is in a way, but at the same time, like, it's a business, so they're not fucking with you because, like, oh, they really love your come up story and want to see your family thrive and shit. They just know that you're gonna sell a lot of records, a lot of merch and stuff, and they're like, fuck it, like, we can help get you there quicker. You can go independent, it might take you longer. And some people just, I guess, aren't cut to, like, they don't think they can go the independent route or whatever the case is. They just don't think, I mean, some of these guys just want that check immediately, right? So again, I mean, there's also things about like Russ that, like, just because he's obviously like now that Nipsey's gone, like, he's like the face of independent music. And bro, like, there's also a lot of rumors that he was pretty well off before he got into hip hop. So it's like, it may be for him, it's a little bit more convenient to go that route. Cause like, bro, like I can, go through SoundCloud route and then just, if the money comes, it comes, right? So a little bit, maybe it's a different situation, but yeah, like I feel you, bro. Like, yeah, I feel like it's a unique situation, but a lot of these artists just they forget it's a business, man. Like, so if a company's giving you $5 million, they probably expect 5.1 million back, if not more. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it makes no sense to fucking invest in you. For sure.
So, but yeah, again, I just think keep it up with Kanye. It's just Kanye being Kanye at this point, bro. So I really think once we stop talking about it and it stops being headline news, I think at some point he's gonna stop, bro. Because again, this is all he's been doing for 11 years. So like, it's funny to like me send it to you, like, oh, there he goes again. But like, I don't think anyone cares, bro. It's not gonna stop people from buying his sneakers. It's not gonna stop people from listening to his music. Like, I don't think it's gonna garner more people to buy it. It's just like, it is what it is. Like, I don't think it's like attracting more fans.
No. Do you think it would have been different though if he shitted in the Grammy?
Yo, facts, bro. Just take a dump in that. Just take a dump on it. But yeah, dude, it's like, I don't know, man. Again, I'm not mad at it because like other people have done similar things, but I'm like, that's just nasty, bro. Like, what are you doing? Because you had to take the Grammy out the toilet to like touch it. Like there's like you didn't just flush that. You didn't flush the Grammy down the toilet. You legit had to you peed in it and then you took it out. I'm like, bro, that's nasty. But sticking with the Kanye Kardashian family, thoughts on the Kardashians no longer being on TV? Are we excited about this? What was your girl's thoughts on this? Does anyone give a fuck?
I don't think anyone gives a fuck. The funny thing is, I actually heard about it I only knew they were canceling because someone had asked. We have like a daily work update from the CEO where he'll just answer questions that come
like
through.
A little random Q&A.
Yeah, and somebody's dumbass put in, "What do you think about the Keeping Up with the Kardashians being canceled?" So that's when I first found out that it was even happening. I didn't even know they were still on, or what that really meant to me. So I didn't give a
Dude,
fuck.
they've been on for 14 years. I think 20 seasons. I mean,
Well, were they on like earlier this year? Like,
they're still on now.
Oh shit.
Well, they're gonna like whatever they filmed, because they haven't been able to film during the pandemic, I think, or maybe they have. But the last season is dropping the beginning of January, and then that's it. But dude, I think it's also like a fucking like thing where the deal they signed with E, they own all the rights to the show. So I think they're gonna flip that and just sell that to like Netflix or wherever, so you can just stream it wherever you want. So yeah, Kris Jenner's not dumb, bro. Whatever, she's doing this shit for a reason. Like they could still keep filming if they wanted to. They're like, no, we're good. We're gonna make more money than we ever did before. So
yeah, whatever they're doing, whatever their next step is definitely gonna be profitable. So I'm not concerned
have you ever
about
watched
them
that
at
show?
all. I mean, I've seen episodes here and there with my girls watching it. Some moments were funny, but at the same time, I couldn't really like get into it. I felt like I was just watching like moms be moms and not really do shit on the show. Like,
dude, that's my thing. That's why, like, I'm glad they ended it, hopefully pre-pandemic. Because imagine how boring this shit would be during the pandemic, bro. Because like the entire show sometimes is like 30 minutes and like 5 minutes of drama, but like 30 minutes of them just like going to different restaurants, ordering a salad, and like saying one-word things to each other. And I'm just like, what am I watching? Like, yo, this is fucking terrible. So like, first of all, I mean, they come across as the most boring fucking people in the world. I'm sure they're not, but like on the show, like they're just so like well choreographed. Like they're not saying anything to fucking start controversy unless it's meant to. Yeah. But dude, they'll just be eating a salad, and I'm like, oh my god. And it's like, and I'm like, bro, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. No, they seem super, like they have a super boring lifestyle, and obviously they're filthy rich. But I was expecting to see, I guess, crazier shit. I mean, you only get to see like, from what I saw, snapshots of, you know, how they live and where they live. But I'm just watching rich ass people like walk around their house, make bad jokes, fucking talk about their children. I'm like, why am I wasting my time watching this? And bro, Mac Miller had his own show. That was dope.
Damn, you're right. I might have to go like MTV On Demand and look up for that one, because that one was dope. But yeah, no, like as we get older, bro, it's just like you realize all these things are like, again, back to like the point I think we made on the last episode, like, is it all just a fucking distraction? Because like, bro, how did people watch this for 20 seasons straight and just sit there and watch other people live their lives, and you're just legit like
yeah, no, it's a huge waste of time.
So I'm glad I cut the. Do you have cable at your place?
No.
Yeah, dude, I'm so proud of myself for cutting the cord. I was like, bro, like, it's having all those options was a terrible fucking thing. Like, yeah, you just fucking like you find garbage to watch. Like, at least with this, like, I'm like, all right, I want to watch this series because I know it's a good writing, or hey, this sports is on. But like, paying an extra $103 for fucking 1,000 channels, I'm only gonna watch 5. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, that was the case when I was living at my mom's spot because she has cable, and I was watching the most random shit. Just half the time it was just having the background. I wasn't even watching it. I was just like on my computer browsing whatever, and I would just have that show. I don't know if you know that MTV show Ridiculousness.
Yeah.
They're doing the same shit I was doing on my computer, looking at random YouTube videos and laughing
just talking about it.
Yeah.
And he's probably getting paid like a few million a year for that shit.
Yeah.
Cancel that shit too, bro. Fuck. All right, man. So let's get into some fucking music reviews, man. A lot of music dropped in the last week and a half we've been away from this shit. So, your thoughts on Detroit 2, Big Sean's 5th album, follow up to the Detroit mixtape he dropped almost 10 years ago or 9 years ago, like a while ago.
Like that.
So yeah, your thoughts on the album itself. Do you think he delivered? Do you think there was room for improvement?
Yeah. I think he delivered for sure. He's always been one of my favorite rappers. So I know we had this little debate about J. Cole's perception. I've heard a lot of like hip hop reviewers and stuff say that Big Sean, people see his punchlines or raps as corny sometimes, because you know how he has that more like comedic approach to a lot of things.
Yeah.
Even if he's being serious, he'll say some like low key funny shit. And then the whole Kendrick like fake beef thing happened, and I don't know how that happened, but he's always been I've always been a huge fan of his, and with this album, I think it was one of the few times where I heard like a really cohesive, nice body of work that wasn't trying to top the charts necessarily.
Yeah. Even though it went #1, which is great.
Yeah. And like half the tracks on there, actually none of the tracks on there seemed like something he created like specifically just to please the radio. There were definitely a handful of ones like I skipped over. Not that they were bad, but they weren't replay material for me. But there's a lot of ones on there till this day I still keep playing over and over. So I think he delivered for sure, and he should be respected as one of the greatest. Definitely one of the greatest new school rappers at the very least.
Yeah. They're like that generation from like for the past like 15 years, he has to be up there.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you, man. So yeah, I've been a big Sean's fan since like the Finally Famous mixtapes. So like, dude, I've been riding with this shit for a while. I feel like every album he puts out is a good body of work. Like the only piece of work I didn't really enjoy was a mixtape he put out with Metro Boomin.
Oh yeah, that one.
Just like, bro, let's just like. It was like clearly just two dudes chilling. Like, let's put a fucking mixtape out, and it's like, but because the names, you expected so much more. So, but I mean, again, it was just a mixtape, so it is what it is. But no, I thought Detroit 2 was great. I added a few songs already to the Audio Theory playlist, so definitely check that out on iTunes. But bro, the song with Nipsey's fucking hard.
Yeah.
The Post Malone one is fire. The song he has, Baddest, he's just fucking spazzing on that shit. Like, yo. And he just, dude, it's just, you can just tell he's a fucking 30, 33-year-old going through like real fucking life, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like you realize at a certain age, like, yeah, you keep making more and more money, but like your happiness doesn't also go in that direction. So like those things aren't fucking, you know, cohesive all the time. So, and then you learn that he had like, you know, they had a miscarriage and fucking,
apparently he was suicidal or something.
Suicidal as fuck. He said that before on an interview on The Breakfast Club, but I think he goes into real clarification of like his thoughts on this one. And then, dude, like the skits that he has for like Dave Chappelle, Stevie Wonder, Erykah Badu, just, you know, showing love to Detroit, dude, it makes the album feel like a very cohesive like thought process, right?
Yeah. It's almost like a couple songs or something.
Exactly. That's a great way to fucking say it, bro. I feel like a documentary. It's kind of like the I know it was just like 11 years since Man on the Moon as well from Kid Cudi. But you know how Cudi had comment like every 4 songs explaining exactly, you know, what part of the moon he's on and the thoughts. So like, I feel like this felt very similar to that. So yeah, no, shout out to Big Sean, well deserved #1 album in the country for a reason. And yeah, again, I don't say every song was fire, but you can tell he tried on every song. Zen the Fuck Out was alright with Travis Scott, but that Lithuania was good. And that fucking that Nipsey song is fucking bananas, bro. Like again, but dude, like Hit Boy, bro. I think Hit Boy did most of the album. So like I'm not surprised, bro. I feel like whatever Hit Boy's doing right now, that shit is fucking bananas.
Yeah, Hit Boy's always been recently, I'd say within the past, I don't know, 3 years or something, like he's taken the throne in my book as like my favorite producer, because I feel like his beats are always so different. And with other producers, even if they're very, very good, like if the beats sound the same, then I kind of get sick of them over time.
Yeah.
Or not sick of them, but like the special uniqueness of it just disappears, and I'm never like, oh, I need to hear more of it right now. But Hit Boy, there's something about the way he puts the beats and the songs together that make it. He brings like the best out of the artist. I think we mentioned.
Yeah, dude, it's like having your soulmate as your fucking producer. Like you're just like in sync. You know everything about what, you know, should sound like. So yeah, shout out to Detroit 2, #1 on the charts right now. What's not #1 is your boy 6ix9ine. So Tattletales didn't do well at all. So give the people your thoughts on the album, the rollout. You know, 6ix9ine had a couple interviews post the album flopping. So what are your thoughts on everything?
I thought the rollout was lackluster. the album itself was garbage in my opinion. The only tracks I liked were the ones we already heard, like Gooba and Trolls. Pretty much only those two. Everything else was just like way too much auto-tune. Like the concepts were just weak, the lyrics sucked, the hook sucked. There was like literally nothing good about it, and I feel like
dude, it felt like he wasn't even trying. Bro.
Yeah, it felt like he wasn't trying. That's the best way to describe it.
Yo,
It felt like he's like, fuck
all.
it. My virality or whatever will make this shit take off. And I think he didn't realize like the novelty wore off like by the time the Trolls video came out. I think that's like peak when it started to
yeah, because it was funny because especially when he had like the rat emoji face, like, all right, that's funny.
Yeah.
All right, but what else do you have, bro? We can't just keep talking about you snitching. Like, what else can we, So yeah, no, it was. I agree, bro. It just felt like he didn't try.
And I think the issue with him is he does say some valid things like in these interviews and stuff when he tries to justify like what he's doing, like oh, this person did that, you're not calling them out, this person did that, you're not calling them out. But I don't think that excuses you from doing certain things either, because he's basically trying to point the finger elsewhere to be like, look at your favorite rappers doing this shit too.
Right. And it may have been even fair to do that, but at the end of the day, dude, like, I'm not saying we want only one thing from you, but you're fucking putting out a rap album. Like, I can't even digest this. This shit is horrible. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, dude, like, okay, maybe he snitched. Maybe because he had Drake on his song, he had it. That's all right. That's all fine. The product you just put out is fucking terrible. So, like, none of that shit matters. Like, bro, like, you're like, these interviews were literally just him, like, because I think he did like 4 or 5 interviews, bro, with anyone who would interview him, bro. Like, Paul, what's that guy's, that YouTuber?
Paul, Jake Paul or Logan? No, Logan Paul did it.
Okay, yeah. He had another one with the Shade Room. Like, bro, he's like, whoever will fucking please interview me. It's like, bro, because he was just reaching, like, how can I fucking keep the limelight after this fucking album just tanked? Yeah. So, bro, like, I think we've been hinting at this for the past, like, 5 episodes, bro. Like, yo, at some point, like, it's going to be the quality of your content. And you know the content was trash, whereas fuck the record sales, because that speaks for itself. Yeah. But when he's in these interviews saying, oh, yeah, I like to do comedy. Like, I like to... I'm like, bro, whoa, what? Like, this wasn't a fucking comedic album, bro. This was a fucking rap album you put out. And it was fucking terrible. So, if you're telling us you're going to change route in your career and go to the way, kudos to you. Good luck. But if we're just judging you as a rapper, bro, terrible, bro. Terrible.
Based on this, especially with Tory being at MIA, because I thought he was one of the only artists other than Nicki that could, like, try to keep
for him and
keep him making like decent music at the best. I mean, at least, because they could do a hook or whatever. But to your point, I don't really think after this, I don't think he has much he can do other than try to go a different route, have a podcast, do something else more comedic, because that's what people loved him in the first place for. And with the bundles and shit, like, yeah, I know, like, they're saying Billboard blackballed him essentially and XYZ's blackballing him, but that has nothing to do with the actual quality of the product.
That shit could have gone #1 and I'd be saying the same exact rant right now.
Yep.
Like, and bro, it's bad.
Yeah, it's terrible. And to casual listeners of him like me or you that never really bought into the whole snitching shit, because I could really care less about like these artists' personal lives and stuff.
Right.
I'm just like, is this music good for my workout? Fuck it. If it is, cool. But with him, I'm like, I can't even entertain this shit anymore because it's not entertaining.
So
Instagram shit is old too.
Oh yeah, trash. I don't think. I mean, maybe people watched that video he dropped right before with Black China, but bro, like, I heard that song and I was like, man, fuck this album. Like, you know what I mean? That shit was just like him, just like trying to sing on the hook, but like barely, like just talking really. So I mean, that line that Lil Durk has about like, please don't play that in the club, we don't listen to rats. You wouldn't have to worry about that, bro.
We don't listen to trash.
We don't. No one's playing this. Yeah. So,
you don't listen to trash.
Yeah. So again, we predicted this one, but it is what it is. 6ix9ine flopped very, very hard. All right. I mean, that's one of the biggest drops. I mean, what were your thoughts on the Lil Durk single, The Voice?
For me, honestly, I thought it was underwhelming. Not saying bad, but like, I'm kind of over over the whole like crooning, inspirational, like trap rap style that he normally does. For whatever reason, on the Drake song, like, I thought it was the most fire shit ever. Like every time
I just think it was bad timing for him. Like I get like his team behind, like bro, you're the hottest you've ever been. You're on Nas's album, Drake #1. Like put it out. But bro, man, like that's your verse was fire. So if you're not coming harder, like I wouldn't even put a song out, to be honest.
No, I thought it was a miss. And again, it's not to say it was trash or anything, but like
I don't think it was trash. It just didn't. It didn't hit.
You gotta follow with something, like for me at least, like maybe street dudes love it, like just the whole notion of being the voice of the streets and stuff. But like I really give a fuck about the music. Like that stuff is a bonus. But if the music doesn't sync with me, like then I don't want to play it.
Facts. 1000%, bro. 100%. Yes, I think it was that. I wouldn't call it bad. It's just like, but damn, it's not that. And that is like, again, for the casual Lil Durk listener who's not an avid fan for the past 9 years.
Yeah.
Dude, we know you for fuck. You came on Drake's leading single for his album. This guy's the shit. And it's like, that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I'll still give him another chance because I know everyone else is like, his name is just in our faces, similar to
NBA Youngboy. But there's other examples of him being a great dude. That song with him and Nas is fire on Nas's album. Another album that I'm still fucking spinning nonstop because that shit is amazing. So, he'll be all right. I'm sure when his album comes out, people will go check it out. I'm sure it'll be good. Yeah. Have you ordered the Travis Scott burger on Uber Eats?
I have not, but I'm considering it. But I was trying to be healthy this week because ever since Utah, I've been eating straight trash. Somehow I haven't gotten fat, but I've definitely gotten soft. So this week I'm gonna be a good boy, avoid McDonald's, In-N-Out, all that shit, and I'm just gonna have like pho and protein bars.
Yeah, no, I do say that. My fuck up was that in the midst of COVID, when I was working out nonstop, I never weighed myself, bro. I just assumed, I have to be getting in shape because I'm working out every day. I forgot I was eating like shit. So my scale just got here. So same. I haven't ordered it either. I'm trying to go clean for a month. So from now till my birthday on October 20th. But bro, the hype is real around Travis Scott. Like this motherfucker cannot miss, bro. Like, so what are your thoughts on the overall collab with McDonald's and stuff?
I think that's fire. I mean, it shows how powerful of a brand he is. Like McDonald's is like a classic American brand, and I had never seen anything like this. He's the first to do that, right?
Well, since Michael Jordan, like in the 90s.
Damn. Yeah,
like, think about how many popular athletes and musicians have been around since then.
Yeah, and that's funny because I think we talked about it several episodes back, like in the beginning when we started the podcast, was he like somehow manages these Nike deals and shit, but he can talk about Molly and Ye and all kinds of shit. This motherfucker's doing every drug in the book, or is around every drug in the book, doing everything, trippiest videos, girls all over the place butt naked, and little kids who fucking love McDonald's are now flocking to the fucking restaurant to buy this burger. Bro. That honestly looks the same as every other fucking burger, but has 2 extra pickles on it or some shit?
Cheese on both sides of the bread, and then bacon.
So is this like what he personally used to request, and like now they're like,
exactly.
And so, I mean, it's retarded, like thinking about it for the public, because I'm like, yo, this is not groundbreaking by any means. For him, salute to him, like genius.
But yeah, it's literally just his order. So he would order medium fries with barbecue sauce instead of ketchup, and then a quarter pounder with an extra slice of cheese and 2 pieces of bacon.
Humans sicken me. Just imagine how much money is flowing around because people want to eat a burger the same way as someone they idolize. That's not even that different. Yep.
And then obviously they did a merch drop every day for like 5 days after the burger dropped. So that's sold out like immediately. Wow. Those fucking like McDonald's shirts are selling out because they have a Travis Scott logo for like $1,000 right now.
That's wild. I actually heard about it through memes. I didn't like, people were sending, I think it was you sent me a couple memes of it, and I was like, what's so funny about like playing sicko mode at a fucking McDonald's drive-thru? And then I saw more and more memes. I'm like, oh shit, he has a deal.
Yeah, dude. And he had a fucking nationwide commercial going on right now, campaign about like, you know, I don't know. I think they might put he has like an action figure in the McDonald's thing as well. So that's fire, bro. Like that whole like, dude, to beat Travis Scott right now has to be top 5 things in the world.
I mean, I feel like if he's not already there, like he's getting to that Drake, Kanye, Jay-Z tier to where like he's untouchable.
Yeah, I think he's been untouchable for a minute, bro. I would say since, man, leading up to Astro World, because you started sensing like, yo, this dude is in a different realm. You know what I mean? Because he also has that like, I don't think anyone really critiques him for his lyrics in the sense like, yo, that bar didn't really slap. Because I think he's also very well-rounded. Like, yo, he picks the right beats for his flow. Yeah. And, like, the songs just sound so well-produced. Like, every song, bro. Like, do you go through Astro World or fucking Rodeo? Like, yo, it's really hard to find a fucking song you don't like. Like, maybe you don't love it, but damn, like, this shit all slaps.
Yeah. No, he creates a vibe for sure. And, like, I think that's all people care about. Like, whatever the lyrics are, as long as he flows in the way he can, usually it comes out sounding good regardless. And he can say wild shit, but you can't do the same thing if you're like a Nas or whatever. You'll be like, what? Like, what did he really just say? Whereas with him, he could just like smooth over it with his fucking genius sound engineer or whoever it is that handles his voice.
Bro. Yeah, and then but some of the funny videos are that like a lot of like these, obviously, dude, like me, I'm not trying to, you know, say who his exact fan base is. I think he has a massive fan base, as we can tell. But a lot of white kids go into McDonald's to order these burgers. And, like, the funny is, like, they're filming and they're like, you know why we're here. And then you just hear fucking, like, you know, pipes in the room fucking pop on. I'm like, oh, my God, this is, it's so great. Bro. So there's literally, like, I think, like, McDonald's fucking workers, like the Popeyes workers from last year, just fucking exhausted after a fucking shift. Like, oh, my God, please stop ordering this fucking quarter pounder with cheese. Like, it's not that serious.
Yeah. Why do you think it is that white kids like him? For some reason, I like, just kind of assume the same thing as well. Like I feel like I know deep down like his fan base, like white kids love young, Travis Scott.
Like his fan base is young.
And he has that like mosh pit, like rock star type of approach to shows and shit.
Bro, I don't know, man, because I feel like the shit is like, I wonder if it has to do with the rock star vibe he puts on, but also like he's not ever talking about like killing anyone. Yeah. Like it's drugs. You know what I mean? Like, so people do, like everyone could do drugs. So like nothing he's saying is shit you couldn't potentially do if you wanted to. So I wonder if it's that, like it's just more relatable, right? Like getting high with your friends. Like, yeah, dude, I would love to fucking do that. Like, let's make a whole album about this. Yeah. So it has to be something with that, bro. Like it's even if these like 13-year-olds, because dude, when I went to the Travis Scott concert in Miami for the Astro World, dude, I had floor seats, bro. Everyone, I even asked the kid in front of me, how old is he? He's like, I just turned 14. Like, everyone there was young. But even if that 14-year-old's not doing Molly, dude, you can relate to fucking, you know, mosh pitting and fucking getting high with your friends. You know what I mean? So I feel like the lack of violence or no attempt to talk about violence on his music kind of endears him to like that white younger crowd.
Yeah, no, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, but yeah, they fucking ride heavy for him, bro. Cause yeah, these McDonald's are fucking packed. Like I drove by a few, and I'm like, yo, why the fuck is this? I'm like, oh yeah, Travis Scott.
That explains. Well, I did go, I think last week. Damn, I was fucking heated too, cause this bitch was like, yo, can I get a McDouble and medium fries? Literally the most basic shit you could ever order. I wasn't even in the mindset to like think, oh, they might have a Travis Scott burger. I thought it was like a myth for the first week anyway. Yeah. So I noticed there was a long ass line, and I think you couldn't order inside, but I was like, fuck it, I'm hungry. And she's like, can you wait? Can you park ahead because we have to make your burger? And I'm like, all right, thinking they for whatever reason, the one time I show up, they happen to not have a burger ready and it's gonna be fresh. And I'm sitting in my car for like 10 minutes. I called them. I was so pissed off, but I didn't want them to shit on my food either. And I was like, yo, are you bringing out my burger? And they're like, oh, sorry, forgot. But I wonder if like they were making 5 million Travis Scott burgers and they're like, didn't have regular basic ass cheeseburgers and hamburgers.
Yep, that's what it was, bro. That's what it was. 100%. Bro, but talking about, so if we rewind to like the awkwardness of my first day in Florida, just because you remind me because you were mad at the food being late. So bro, like I started clean eating on Monday. Saturday I had a fucking lit ass going away party in Jersey. Shout out to my family for throwing that party. So dude, I was hungover as shit Sunday. So I'm like, dude, I just want to get home, have a fucking burrito from Chipotle and that Mexican Coke and just like chill. Bro, so I order this fucking burrito. The shit's 50 minutes late. All right? He's like, oh, the GPS sent me somewhere else. And I'm just like, bro, fuck it. I open the bag. That shit is, dude, mind you, this is after I had to bump into my ex. Oh, like this, I'm already in a fucking mood, bro. So, dude, like I look at this burrito and it is fucking like cold. I'm like, man, yo. This is how like oblivious I am to the world around me in that moment. I just throw this shit in the microwave for 30 seconds.
Oh.
You're not opposed to
with the tinfoil and shit? Yeah.
Bro, I just heard and yo, it was fucking 3 full flames coming out of the burrito.
Oh
I was
shit.
like, bro, I'm about to burn this motherfucker down. Yo, that guy pulled it out and like I'm like, all right, it's intact. I took a bite. Bro, all like the tin foil, like because of the heat, like, dude, it just tasted like trash. So I was just like, bro, like, I didn't even eat anything that fucking day. All I had was like guac and chips. I was like, yo, fuck
Wait, you
this
didn't try to, you couldn't like cut off the edges of the burrito or some shit?
No, dude, the essence of it was just off, bro.
You're
like,
just basically chewing on fucking literally tinfoil.
Yeah. So I was like, man, but dude, like I was shook. I was like, yo, I'm gonna burn this motherfucker to the ground. Like, yo, because it wasn't like just like, it was sparks in the microwave, but literally like, if this is the burrito, flames, like yo, no exact, yo, like 5-inch flame. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
Damn. Yeah, I did that.
I guess I missed that day of fucking science ed where they're like, do not put fucking aluminum foil in the fucking thing.
I vividly remember doing that. I think I was like 6 years old, maybe. But it was a fucking toy truck. Clearly stupid, but I didn't know any better. I don't even know what I was trying to do, but I put a toy truck in the microwave, and I'm pretty sure it was either my brother, my dad, or my mom, but they saw me do it, I think, or saw that aftermath of when I pressed start, and I'm pretty sure the whole shit just blew up.
Oh my god.
Ever since then, I'm like, anything that even looks like metal is not going in the...
Yeah, no, for sure. I would do, because in my mind, I was thinking just like, yo, maybe like this is the...
Well,
the
it's so thin.
Yeah, it's so thin, and maybe it's wrapped in this because you can heat it up real fast and it stayed... I was like, bro, but... Yeah, never again, bro. But yeah, I was just, mentally I wasn't there. But when I saw the fire, I was like, oh, this is bad.
Shit, you guys would have had your own fucking Florida fire like we got out here with the baby showers.
Yeah, because of a fucking 31-year-old put a burrito in a fucking microwave. Jeez. All right, bro. Anything else you want to touch on before we hop into heat of the week?
No, I think those are the hot items that were top of mind for me.
Yeah, facts. All right, so what was your heat of the week that passed when we've been offline?
I have to go with Big Sean, Detroit 2, D2. But in terms of like specific tracks, the ones that I've literally been replaying over and over, I'd say it's really tough to say the number one. It's a toss up between Harder Than My Demons and Wolves with Post Malone.
Cool.
I love those two tracks. I think he just does his thing perfectly. I know a lot of people think Post Malone should have done the hook the whole time, but I think he actually did a pretty good job with it. He has a good, like, mellow singing voice.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But the other two I love were Lithuania and Respect It with Young Thug.
Yeah, Thug on anything, bro.
Yeah, I thought those two were fire, but the one with Nipsey as well is super dope. I kind of heard that one earlier.
Yeah, the novelty of listening to
it didn't feel like, oh my god, this is the first time I'm hearing it, but that one's fired just as much as any other. But yeah, definitely something I see myself listening to for a long time.
Yeah, I went for a few runs, listened to the whole album. Yeah, no, so I'm agree with you. Definitely the whole Detroit 2 is heat of the week. So you already said a few songs. So a song that's a heat of the week nominee for me, this is a song I've been playing on repeat nonstop. Painless 2, J.I. the Prince of New York featuring Lil Durk and
nice.
Nav. Bro, fire, bro.
Yeah.
And at first I really didn't like J.I. the Prince because I'm like, man, like this is just like Tory Lanez from like 5 years ago, bro. Just fucking, like the usually the whole crooning shit.
Yeah.
But this one slaps. Like this one really slaps. The beat's fire, and so I think J.I. is gonna be popular for maybe a couple more years because like even though he sounds very similar to like Tory back in the day and A Boogie, he has a flow about him that is very cool.
Yeah.
But this Painless 2 really fucking slaps.
Yeah. Plus, I feel like he's Puerto Rican, right?
Puerto Rican, Dominican, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And he's from New York, so I feel like when people sound, even if they sound similar, if they come from like a different area, people tend to, the city at least might stick to them a little more
just
easily.
like intrigued by it.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, we have our own Nav, or we have our own whoever. I do like that song. I've heard his other stuff because my brothers played it, and I think what I don't like about it is the auto tune seems a little extreme sometimes.
It did. It is
like it doesn't seem like it's managed properly. I felt that way about Future, but I feel like Future's grown into it somehow. Like he's done
like
something.
He's like, there's a lot of like a Future and Travis Scott that remind me of each other because like they just know how to make their voice work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's like the biggest thing. We went to Rolling Loud in 2017 or 2018, and I was like, bro, how are they gonna fucking perform live? Like it's all, and dude, that shit was flawless. Obviously the speaker fucking sucked, but like you could tell they sounded like the album sounded. So that was pretty impressive.
Yeah. I say my other nominee would be this dude. I think he's definitely of Latin descent, but his name is H.L. And he has a song featuring Gunna called Hollywood Love. I don't know if I sent it to you. I think I said it was a vibe on Instagram or some shit. But the song is pretty dope. And the more I hear Gunna on features, I also have to respect him. But yeah, the song's called Hollywood Love by H.L. And I've heard some other random stuff through my brother. I don't know how he finds them on Spotify, but he's the one who showed me St. John like 6 years ago.
6 years ago, yeah.
If I had to describe H.L.'s style, he's a singer. He doesn't really sound like anyone else out. Kind of has like almost like a rock vibe to it, like a mellow rock vibe, but over like hip hop beats.
But is he singing in Spanish?
No, I mean he might throw in a couple Spanish words here and there, and I'm sure he has Spanish songs, but this one is definitely different. So I'll tell the people to check it out if they want.
Check it out, yeah. Just add it to the playlist too.
Nice.
All right, bro. Anything else you want to bring up before we dip?
Nah, let's get it.
Let's get it. Appreciate you guys tuning in for the episode of The Audio Theory. We'll see you next week for episode 46. Peace.
Sure. Peace.